Alright guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a review on the Mchose AX5, pretty much a magnesium mini GPX if you want to call it. So let me just start off with what's in the box. So you get a braided cable, pretty standard. Then you get some extra grips. I didn't really try these yet, but I don't know. I like the coating on this mouse, so I don't think you need it. It feels like a metal coating. You might like it. So in terms of specs, this comes in at 49 grams. It supports Bluetooth wired, and there's a 4K dongle right here. And the switches are TTC Gold 80 million clicks, so they feel a little bit heavy. Like when I was playing Fortnite, it took a minute to get used to them because you have to build a lot. But it was fine. You might not want to use this mouse for spam click games like Minecraft, but for a game like Fortnite, Apex, you'll get used to it pretty quick. So the chip is not the Nordic chip, which most mice come with. It comes with a little bit cheaper Broadcom 4K chip. Then this sensor is the PAW3395. It has a 300 milliamp hour battery. So there are two other models of this mouse. There's a Pro and Pro Max. The difference between this and the Pro is the 500 milliamp hour battery in the Pro, and it has the Nordic sensor. And it comes in at 55 grams, and the Pro Max is the same as the Pro, but supports 8K. I can't recommend or tell you if those models are good because they weigh a little heavier, so they might be differently weight balanced, and I don't know if the 8K is good. But in terms of weight on this thing, it's a tad bit like front heavy, it feels like to me, but you won't notice it in game. It's not the best weight balance, but to me it feels fine. In terms of also battery life, I haven't had an issue with it. I played a couple games and it hasn't died yet, so it seems 4K doesn't kill it. In terms of size, so from on Elo Shapes you could check, it's a tad bit smaller than the GPX, but pretty much the same. You can see this is more of like a medium-sized mouse, similar to like the VX. It's even smaller than the VXC shape, so it's not that big. In terms of the scroll wheel, it feels pretty good while gaming. If you're using it while without audio on, you might hear like it's scratching a little bit. It feels fine. It just has that sound, so that's up to you. In terms of software, the software is easy to use. It just looks horrible. Like, if you like having good mouse software, I don't know if you like it. In terms of performance, the 4K doesn't feel much different than 1K. Like, it definitely feels slightly different, but I don't feel like I'm getting like a whole different experience, and it probably loses more battery, so it really depends whether you want to lose battery or not. But even at the price point, this is as good as a 1K mouse, but it still has 4K. In terms of skates, I've been using these stock skates. I don't even know if they're PTFE or not, but these are the best stock skates I've ever used. I know even in my last mouse review on these, I said these stock skates were the best. These are better. Like, easy glide, just pretty solid skates. Like, I might switch to dots eventually, but these are solid. In terms of price, I paid $47 for this. You probably won't find this again for $47, but if you do, it's a steal. But right now on Mchose, it's $67 or $68, and with my code SPEC5, you get $5 off, so it's $63. So in terms of that, question is this worth it? So I would say $47 is a steal. Even if you use it at 1K, which I think the 4K is all right, a $47 magnesium 4K 1K mouse is solid. Even at $63, I think it's pretty solid. It's not as good of a deal, but I still can recommend it for like 63. 47 great. At $80, which is MSRP, I really don't think it's worth it. You could get like you're not going to get a magnesium mouse at $80, but you could get a much better regular mouse. So I can't recommend it at $80, but under $70 in the 60s, 50s, 40s, it's solid. I can't really recommend the Pro or Pro Max because it's already like not good weight balance. So if it's heavier, I don't know if it's going to be good. And I understand 49 grams for a magnesium mouse is pretty heavy, but you have to understand this is still a pretty cheap mouse. Like, there's not that many mice under $100 at this size that are like 45, 40 grams. So I think 49 grams for around $60 is fair. In terms of, I also forgot to talk about the holes. So in terms of when I'm claw gripping it or palm gripping, it doesn't really bother me. It's because there's no side holes. If there were side holes, I feel like it would be a problem. But I think overall for palm grip or claw grip, if you have medium-sized hands or small hands, this is good. This mouse might not be good for large hands, but overall, I think this is a good mouse. If you get it under $70, I can recommend it. If it's more, I wouldn't recommend it. But yeah, also the Mchose is alright, but that's it. See you in another one.